Hey there, it's your Bill Estate Agent, and I am here this week with another, actually, Shop Local part of my series with Dr. James Connelly with Results Rehab. So, hey, James.
Hey, how's it going, Bill?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm really
Absolutely.
excited for you to share about your business today because a lot of people need you. So I think right. So I think it'll be great for everyone to hear of another great local spot for rehab. So, but before that, we're gonna get to the real estate question of the day. So, are you ready?
Put my thinking cap on.
All right, it's really tough. What is your favorite style of home or architecture?
Oh man, I don't know the technical term because I'm not an architect, but I tend to, when I'm walking around looking at houses, I always tend to gravitate towards kind of like the homey feel, like the wraparound porches, the nice, just kind of quaint kind of feels. I don't tend to like more of the modern ones.
Okay.
They just seem like a little too cold feeling to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whatever that's called.
All right. Well, good. Well, kind of that urban farmhousey kind of big front porch and
I'd say that.
Well, good. Well, it's a popular one. We can find you one.
I'd say if you're looking, we're not quite in that threshold yet, but down the road.
Yeah, right. So, well, listen. Okay, James. So you're an orthopedic physical therapist, and what does that mean? And just tell us about your business and how you got into all this. And
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. So, first of all, an orthopedic physical therapist, there's a lot of different types of physical therapy you can do. There's neurologic, geriatric, pediatric, all the kinds of atrics. But orthopedic in particular is dealing with the bones, muscles, and joints of the body. So when you think about your knee injuries, your ankle sprains, your shoulder issues, like at the gym, and that shoulder pain just won't go away.
you just named 3 of my ailments, but keep going.
And you didn't even tell me that.
I know. I might have to sign up here before we leave.
So yeah, that's orthopedics in particular. So I decided when I was in junior year of college to go into physical therapy. So my background, long story short, I actually had a stroke when I was 8 months old. So that affects the brain. It tightens up the muscles. It makes you walk differently, a lot of spasticity. That happened when I was 8 months. To kind of fast forward through a little bit, I went through a lot of physical therapy myself, a lot of rehab, a lot of surgeries. I wanted to help people. I wanted to give back. I always liked being active. So I started checking all those boxes and it kind of fell into place. Once I figured it out in college, I kind of went through psychology, liked it, but didn't love it. Didn't want to be a clinical psychologist and just kind of thought, oh, physical therapy's been great for me. Let's do that myself.
Yeah.
And then
so it's very personal. I mean,
it is, yeah, exactly.
And I think a lot of times people, especially in the medical field, have a very personal connection to why they went into their chosen field. Well, cool. And so you started your own company.
I did.
And I remember this because again, we are friends from the Chamber of Commerce here in North Fulton, and James had a ribbon cutting for his company, and we ended up doing it in the parking lot of the chamber office one day, and that was, I think, maybe the first or second time we'd met, but it was super exciting. This young kid showing up for his ribbon cutting, and
kid, because I don't have any facial hair.
I know, right? You were a kid. Yeah, I know, exactly.
It's hard to believe, though. It's already been 5 years, too.
Yeah. So that's super exciting to see where you are now with 2 locations here in Roswell and Alpharetta, right?
Right, correct.
And
we do mobile as well. So part of it is we'll come to their house. So we also do assisted living facilities. So for older folks who can't get out of the home or they are in an assisted living facility, we'll go straight to them.
Yeah. Would it embarrass you if I went back to the ribbon cutting for a second? And,
Go ahead. I think I know what you're going to say.
The ribbon cutting was delayed a few minutes because James forgot his belt. So we waited on his mom to arrive with his belt for the official ribbon cutting.
That's why we love our fantastic. Moms, right? Moms to the rescue.
Yeah, it was the best. It was
Shout
so
out,
good.
Mom. Love it.
So, okay, so your original location's in Roswell.
Yes.
And just kind of behind Mellow Mushroom for all you that are, right?
So I'm in a boutique gym, little gym there called SFX Fitness. And it's great, I say little, but I like that concept because it's like the concierge personalized style, which is what we are as physical therapists. So the concept is it's very focused, personalized training, and then we provide personalized one-on-one care to complement what they're doing in the gym to keep them healthy and coming to the gym and maximizing their workouts. And unfortunately, you don't get that one-on-one care with like bigger gyms or bigger PT companies who I used to work for. And that's just not the type of care I want to provide.
Yeah, yeah. And then was it just last year that you opened your second location?
Well, yeah, so that same gym owner opened a second location in Alpharetta, and I'm renting space from them as well.
Yeah.
And that's where my second therapist is at, in that Alpharetta location.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what a great partnership or connection. I mean, just to be able to go into that space and
a great way to serve our community, because he's a great local gym owner. He's owned it for over 10 years. And really good guy, really just wants to do right by the people and give back to the community.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun to watch your business grow. Would you say how much of your business is the mobile side of things?
It ebbs and flows, but probably about 25 to 40%.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I would think that could be... would be kind of a high number, because it'd be for people that can't really it's hard to get around
exactly they love the convenience factor, or that they just can't get around. And the other thing is, going into their house, we can do a home assessment, so we can look at, if you're falling, why is that? Are we looking at the rugs, the lighting, the stairs, troubleshoot what's preventing you from getting around better, and give you a personalized plan to be able to better execute that in your home and be safe and independent.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I mean, it's just, it's cool to see. And, well, tell me anything else as far as your patients. I mean, I guess it's a wide spectrum of injuries and reasons that people come to see you, right?
Yeah, it can be. I tend to be, since me and my other therapist, Dr. Carly Ernest, we actually went to the same PT school, so that's kind of a cool story there. But we both have our orthopedic specialty, meaning we see a lot of athletes, weightlifters, even like I just saw a high school wrestler. And so it tends to be shoulder injuries, overuse kind of things, where those injuries stay around. Really, those pains they're common, but they're not normal. You shouldn't have that persistently for on and off for the whole year. And that's when you really need to get it checked out.
Yeah. Well, so I think you just answered my question, but do you, what's the age range of people you work with?
So, and it can be anywhere in terms from like 15 years old. Those are your young athletes, your high schoolers, middle schoolers that just play year round. They don't give their body a break. They're throwing too many pitches or playing basketball or wrestling year round. And then up into the 80s and 90s. So we're in network with Medicare, all other insurances we're out of network with, and that allows us to give that one-on-one quality care, and we still give them what's called a super bill to get reimbursed. So you get lower cost and higher quality care.
Yeah, that's great.
But since we accept Medicare, we do see older folks, so we kind of see the spectrum of ages there.
Okay, and then so, I mean, there are a lot of PT offices out and about all around. What makes you all different, would you say?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing, and me and my other therapist, Carly, both have the experience of working in those big companies and now working in a smaller company, opening up my own company. We kind of see both sides of things. The big companies, while they can be great and they're not inherently bad in and of themselves, because they have the insurance model, which that's typically a numbers game where you have to crank out more people for that business to be profitable. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, the patient becomes more of a number instead of an actual person that you're treating to get better. Yeah. So for us, we really wanted to harness that one-on-one care model where it's more personalized, and because it's more personalized, you get better quicker. So it's usually an average of 8 visits we see people for those orthopedic injuries. That they're getting better instead of the 12 to 15 visit average, which it normally is in a big box company.
Yeah. So, well, that's great. And it is an awesome service that you're offering everyone. So what else? We were talking earlier. I know what I wanted to ask was, so I had been in Rotary for a while, and I know there's a program called Walk with a Doc.
Yes.
And I know you were one of the sponsors or one of the docs that does walks. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so that's a really cool program, and that goes back to it's a national organization, and the whole premise is that you can get out in the area, you can walk, get some exercise in, while you're actually walking with healthcare providers. So it's kind of practicing what you preach for us as healthcare providers, because the pet peeve of mine, I go to my doctor and they tell me to eat better, and they're overweight or they're smoking. Right. Tell you to stop smoking. It's like, come on now. So as PTs, we specialize in movement dysfunction and movement in general. So we should be healthy ourselves and out there practicing what we preach.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. So I try not to do that. Try
do as I do.
Do as I do too.
That's right.
So walking is a very easy form of exercise, low barrier to entry. Don't get me wrong, we should absolutely progress, but it's a great way to start activity level. It has numerous health benefits, great for low back pain too. And then you can kind of progress from there and modify exercises as needed. But this is a great way, one, to see in the community. You get around other people, so you got that community aspect. And then you're also exercising, and you also have direct access to your doctor.
Right, you have doctors on the walk.
You can actually talk to them instead of, hey, make an appointment for me where you can see me 2 weeks from now and you'll see me for 5 minutes. Like come out and talk. We have a Facebook group, so you can absolutely send us a message in the Facebook group. Just easy access to our services to ask us questions.
Okay. Well, and along those lines, can you tell us how to find you? If someone wanted to reach out, what's the best way to find you and contact you?
Yeah, so website is resultsrehab.org. My email is drconnellypt@resultsrehab.org, and then we'll put this on there as well. But yeah, we're on Instagram as well, at Results Rehab, or if you want the Alpharetta location, at resultsrehab_Alpharetta.
All right. Well, listen, I love seeing businesses be successful and business owners who've just worked hard, just continue to grow. And so it's been really fun watching your business the last 5 years and getting to know you better. And James has a sweet wife. He got married a couple years ago, and they've got a cute baby boy. I was just looking at some pictures. He's about 6 months. And so it's been it's great to see your family growing too.
Thank you. It's been a blast, and I'm happy to be here, and I love being involved with the community. So this is great to come on. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome, and thank you for being here. And of course, your lucky day. I've got one for you and Lauren. You guys might have a whole collection by now. But
we get more.
You get a couple koozies, and
awesome.
well, you can have a baker's dozen by the end of this thing. And
love it.
A couple cups, pens, and koozies. But
there you go. Isaac will love to play with this.
I love it. Yeah, so good. Well, listen, thanks again. And when you're ready to sell or buy, call your real estate agent. He's your guy.